people are joining. Okay, great. I'm really happy to see all these people joining us to today's first info session on our Master School programs for this year, for 2024. I'm happy to have here in this session Professor Fabrizio Granelli, the program lead for Cloud and Network Infrastructures, Adriana Jimenez from the Master School office, and Federico Gerre, a student ambassador of the program. And as you know, our Master School, the EIT Digital Master School, has 8 master programs with 15 leading universities in Europe. And we will be having, this is the first, we will be having other info sessions on each and every study program. So you can ask specific questions and learn more about the programs, which universities collaborate in each program, so which countries and which universities you could be studying in. I think we should just jump into today's subject right away, and I won't steal more time. So I would like to give the word to Professor Fabrizio Granelli, who has a presentation and will tell you more about the study program. After him, Master School office with Adriana will present the program as well, and Federico will share some words about his personal experience as a student. And let's keep plenty of time to answer your questions. Please, Fabrizio.
Okay, thanks for having me here. So it's a pleasure to discuss about this program. We like a lot this subject, so we believe that it's good to have such a good audience to present them this opportunity. Let me share my presentation. As also Nicole told, we will not be long in the presentation, but we are really available for any question or curiosity you might have about the program. So first of all, can you see my slides now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So let me go straight to the point. So why did we design, first of all, this measure? So the measure.
Please mute your microphones.
Thanks. So the name is Cloud and Network Infrastructures, and as the name says, the idea is to focus the technical skills of the students on those 2 topics. So basically networking and cloud computing, which represent 2 of the big themes of ICT today, is in providing service delivery and access to almost all the services that we run today. However, as you will see, the program is not only this, but also we try to make the difference and not be a traditional sort of master program, but to combine a lot of social networking activities, in the sense that we want students to be involved and to participate in group activities, hands-on exercises, face-to-face workshops, so that the topics that you will learn that range from network management, network operation, cloud and service deployment, implementation strategies, and also business will become also more fun to learn. Our target is to give you a good background knowledge about those subjects, but also to help you to develop business around those areas. So here there is a short list of possible, let's say, future positions for you, like you might become network designer or network planner, but also a general ICT manager or cloud CTO or software engineer. But you can also be more like a consultant or a product manager and be more focused on the business aspects of these subjects. Everything is possible because we try to bring together a strong theoretical background with a good vision about business development and business opportunity. In general, the reason why we have this topic is that we are exactly in what some people call it the third age of the internet from the technical viewpoint, because we started with the first era where we had browsing basically as the main service of the internet, and then we started moving out to the cloud. So most services started to be provisioned by big data centers because of scalability and the possibility to reach more people and to offer the service to billions of people. Sorry. Today, we are in the third era because now the cloud technology alone cannot offer enough service, enough performance to provide modern services. And now the technologies of the cloud and the technology of the network are merging to provide a better service to the users and a more flexible scenario to develop new and unprecedented services. Today, we are experiencing the age of fog computing, mobile edge. Almost the majority of services are being provided through mobile networks, and this requires a very strong integration between network technology and cloud technologies. With this program, we try to bring together those competencies so that a student graduating in this program will have a very modern vision of the network. It will be able to provide the capability to innovate both in the research and academic world, but also in the world of industry and the practical service provisioning. So today, the area that we cover in the master are mostly, in general, the problem of service provisioning. So how to provide services across the internet that are scalable and sustainable. Then how to manage and build services in cloud and mobile clouds that are the main technology that is being used today, but also most modern technologies like the edge and fog that represent the capability to integrate some processing or services within the border of the network to make them more efficient, like for virtual reality, augmented reality, and so on. Then one big subject today is 5G and 6G mobile networks that we also included in our program. And in general, the issue of virtualization. Virtualization is a sort of a bridge today between cloud and networks because it's a technology that was born in the cloud with virtual machine and containerization. And today is being moved also to the network, as you will learn during the courses. So we are really thinking that this program is very up to date. Not very similar subjects are present in this integrated way, and we believe it might be very successful and interesting for you to follow. The partners that work together to build this program are four. So University of Trento, which is my institution, is the coordinator of the program, and myself, I'm personally the person in charge of it. And then we have in Sweden, KTH, the Royal Institute of Technology. We have in France, the University of Rennes, and in Finland, the University of Aalto. In this program, when you apply, you have to consider a very, let's say, interesting sort of structure because you will have one entry university and one exit university, since we strongly believe in mobility as one of the main drivers that open the eyes of students and can help them really to exploit all the competencies that we have across our consortium. And for this reason, you will spend 1 year in the entry university and 1 year in the exit university. The choice, of course, is up to you. All universities offer first and second year, so you can select any possible combination. This will allow you to get a double degree, so you will graduate in both universities, and you will experience the European mobility because you will spend 1 year in one institution, one in the other. And the reason for this is that you will exploit, let's say, more the basic knowledge or the basic courses in the first year of the course, along with some basics in innovation and entrepreneurship, that we call it INE. And then in the second year, you will specialize yourself. The program itself is a mix between technical courses and innovation and entrepreneurship courses. So we can say that basically 3/4 of the course, including the thesis, is the technical part, and 1/4 is an innovation and entrepreneurship minor, because we believe that it's important today to merge competencies on the business aspect and in innovation in terms of being capable of bringing to reality new solutions together with the traditional research activities. Also in the program, we have summer schools, so you will be able to work together with people from other technical areas on business cases together for a few weeks during the break between the first and the second year. And an important aspect that we believe it's useful for students to get faster in touch with the business part is to spend an internship in the second year in a company. We require the thesis to be connected with an industrial problem, so we try to focus the second year on problem solving, business building, and also technical development for fostering innovation in Europe. Another important thing for you might be that in the first year, instead, we have the kickoff meeting, which is a place where all the students meet and they can already learn how to work from the beginning together, and they will be exposed to industry keynotes and other social events to familiarize more with the program. This is the path for you. So basically, you will start probably earlier because the kickoff is not always exactly at the beginning because of different time schedules between universities, but logically your program starts with the kickoff. Then you have the first year in the entry university, where you will learn the technical common base of the program. I will go into that in a minute. And then you will receive the basic part of the innovation and entrepreneurship courses in terms of the basic course and the business development lab. Then you will have the summer school during, let's say, the mobility part between first and second year. And in the second year, you will go to the technical specialization. In the technical specialization, you will learn advanced courses in research, but also you will continue your INE path with an INE study and the industry-based thesis and internship part. At the end, you will get 2 master degrees plus the European Institute of Technology certificate, because the whole program is endorsed by EIT, which is the European Institute of Technology. In our case, we are EIT Digital Consortium. And you will participate to a very nice graduation ceremony altogether. Just a little bit about INE, because maybe you are not familiar with this aspect in a master degree. These are, in brief, the contents. So in the first year, you will start learning about technology-based entrepreneurship, marketing, and markets in the EIE basics. And you will start learning how to develop a business plan in the business development lab. In the business development lab, it's interesting because in most places you are also working with students that are experts in business itself. So you will learn a lot by working together how to become entrepreneurs and how to develop a fully fledged business project. Then you will have the summer school, as I mentioned, that typically is complemented with some more advanced topics in the business finance, business marketing part. And finally, in the second year, you will have the internship in the company, and you will use this internship to focus your IND study, which means that you will need to study also the business implications of what you are developing in the company as well as in your thesis. So just to complete the picture, In our case, in the Cloud and Network Infrastructure major, in the first year, you will be able to select some other courses also from the entry points, but the main ones that you will follow are large courses in networking and in cloud computing. Those two areas will enable you to build your background in cloud and network infrastructures. Then, of course, depending on the place, you will have different subjects that you can select as electives, as well as, of course, the I&E courses that I mentioned. In the second year, instead, typically you choose your exit point based on the specialization that you like to attend or how you want your profile to become and when you go out in the world, let's say, to work. So here I just mentioned our current specializations because this means that your courses will be more oriented to those subjects. Of course, also there you will have the possibility to add electives, but those are the most important and relevant skills that the professors bring you. So we decided to characterize exit point by specializations because we believe that in the different places where you will spend the second year, professors are more expert on some specific areas. And for example, in Trento, we are very proud to have a lab and to have a strong competence in what is happening in mobile networks beyond 5G, 6G. So we are very much involved in standardization and development of mobile networks of the future. And that is our main specialization. But from this year, we will start to offer also a combination of mobile networking with high-performance computing or also high-performance computing per se. There will be the freedom to select one of the two or to do both. Because also we are running a very large program on clusters of GPUs that we have also available for students. So this will be characterizing what PA students will study in Trento in the second year. In Alto, for example, still they have a very in-depth knowledge in mobile networking, but also they have explicit activities in cloud services and also in sustainability, which is a big topic today. How to enable networks to be scalable and also efficient in terms of energy utilization and also avoiding the environmental aspects, for example. In KTH, instead, they are much more focused on the network part, so on the networking area, and they are specialized in merging somehow artificial intelligence with networking, so that we call this specialization network intelligence. And in RAN, instead, we have a more vertical sort of specialization that focuses on smart city services. So in this case, you specialize in how to use the technologies and how to develop technologies in the cloud and network infrastructures area, but to the service of smart cities. Smart cities, you know, it's a hot topic today. So the thing is, do you think you are the right person for the job? This is just a few indications. Of course, it's not mandatory. What we are looking for is people that are interested and willing to, let's say, put themselves to the trial. So to try to face the challenge of becoming a good engineer as well as a good innovator and business manager. So in general, the programs that you will follow are focused in the area between computer science and computer engineering. So we expect our bachelor candidates to have a bachelor degree in those areas, mostly computer science and computer engineering, telecommunication engineering, electronic engineering, and so on, because since it's a master degree, we expect that our applicants should have a basic understanding of mathematics, physics, computer science, computer networks, and so on. In most cases, we try in the first year to provide also complementary material for students that are a little bit, let's say, behind the ideal level of preparation. But of course, if you are already familiar with the topics, it will be more straightforward. One other thing is in the application we ask to submit a letter of motivation. We don't expect a formal letter of motivation, but what we expect is that you show your enthusiasm and your sort of ideas for this subject. So the typical motivation letter that we expect is a letter where you propose a new idea that you believe might be interesting, and based on that, you briefly describe which, for example, are for you the business implications of how you think a company might be built around that subject or things like that. So we are really looking into people that is interested in this interdisciplinary interplay between business and technology, which is very important today to enable to have faster innovation life cycles. One thing that is not in the slides, but I'm very proud to say it is in general valid for all the programs that we have in EIT Digital, but I can assure you that when you get out of this program successfully, if you study and do a good job, basically there is no unemployment. So these kind of masters, they open for you the door for having the capability to choose between different work positions and to already have a good background so that you will not suffer, let's say, from the detachment from the university and work and living in the real world, let's say. So we try to facilitate this, and our statistics, our experience tell us that this is very successful, probably because in this moment the world is looking for this kind of profiles and this kind of skills. So the reason here for building this kind of programs, not only this one, but also the others of the EIT Digital Master School program, is that we want to be faster in adapting the profiles of the students so that when you get out of the program, you are ready to go in the market and in the research. So with this, I thank you for your attention, and I leave the floor for the next presentations. Then, of course, I will be available for questions, but I think before we will do all the presentations, and then we will open enough time for clarifying all the possible points.
Thank you, Fabrizio. Thank you very much for presenting this great program that involves the University of Trento, the University of Arto, KTH, and the University of Rennes. Thank you also for underlining everything that makes all the EIT digital programs so special. The fact it's a really European program where you, as students, get to experience life in several European countries. The fact that our programs give you a double degree plus a minor, an EIT certificate, and all the job opportunities that this opens up, and the unique combination of entrepreneurial skills alongside with stronger technical skills. Yeah, as you said, we'll get to the questions at the end, even though I see that some are coming in through the chat and that Adriana is already working on answering some of those. But I'll give the word to Adriana, and then we'll to Federico, and then we will open up the Q&A session.
Thank you, Nicole. Yes, hello, everybody. I am very happy that you chose to be with us today. I'm going to talk a little bit more about how the studies would look like, and maybe reassure some of the things that have been said by Fabrizio right now, but also talk a little bit about the application, like the practicalities around it. So I'm going to share a screen. Oh, I forgot to mention that I work at the Master School office. So what we mainly do, me and my colleagues, we work towards all students from all the programs, not only CNI. And we work, of course, also towards all the partner universities involved in all the programs. So right now, for example, when I answer the question in the chat, the answer varies since this partner universities we have are in these different regions, and the governments are have different regulations. So when it comes to visa requirements, I would direct you to the person of the country that you will be studying at. And this is something that usually when you get accepted, actually is the first thing you get contact about. Your entry university sends you an email with this first information, like how does the visa process works. So let me share. I hope. Do you guys see a presentation?
We do.
Yes, we can.
Good, and I think thank you. Okay, yeah, I hope that the sound is everybody else is muted. If you have any questions, please write them in the chat. So let's move on. Do you see the study cycle right now? I just changed the slide. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
And Fabrizio actually talked about this, so I'm gonna go more deep into the events that he mentioned are part of this study cycle, which would be the kickoff at the very beginning, and the graduation ceremony, as well as the summer school. Well, let's talk about the kickoff. So all students, accepted students, are gathered in an European city. For some months ago in October, we were welcoming the students in Cluj, in Romania. And this is included in the tuition fee. The students were there solving some business challenges during half of the day, but the rest of the, during 2 days, actually. The first day solving the business challenges, and then the second day presenting the results. There were some inspiring speeches, and there are a lot of activities around this that will promote the networking among students, but also with mentors and even companies and the EIT digital staff. This is just like the kickoff for the students. Then, as mentioned, between the first year and the second year, you will have the summer schools. This is also included in the tuition fee. It's a 2 weeks school, also in an European city of your choice. You can see some examples from 2023 in this slide. So from the 14th of August to the 25th, students that were chosen and were accepted to digital platforms for smart cities were there in Helsinki. And you see the other examples there. They do have business cases, and this is actually given credits, so will correspond to four credits for the summer school. Important credits for students in order to go to the second year, to be admitted in their new home university, because you study in a home, you have a home university or home country in the first year, and then you change it for the second year. So you have to gain all the expected credits. And lastly, after this mention of even furthermore INE courses that Fabrizio talked about, but also this experience of industry-based internship, which is corresponding to 15 ECTS. When you are ready and eligible for graduation, then you get to meet with all the cohort and maybe even older cohorts and graduate together. And then after this, you will be, let's say, eligible to receive your double master's degree which is the EIT label certificate. Last year, well, this November, we had it in Madrid. So moving on a little bit, I want to tell you, this slide, you see 3 points, 3 subjects I want to talk about. It's mostly what we have retrieved from our survey that we conduct among the alumni. They mentioned that after graduations in our programs, they gain valuable opportunities for personal and professional growth. And these possibilities are like more and more open for the future. Besides what you can see in the slide, I can tell you that 72% of our alumni declare that they do work above entry level, where 25% of them said that they have even been hired in senior positions after graduation. And well, as you can see, 75% of the alumni have shared that they earn more than the average annual salary in the European Union. So in a nutshell, what they've said to us is that the program prepares them for a successful career, let's say, during these 2 years in EIT Digital. They earn a double degree program. They study a very comprehensive curriculum that has this additional focus on entrepreneurship, and they get opportunities for international networking. They meet students and professionals within the field. So, if you would like to choose us for your coming 2 years of your life, starting from 2024 autumn, we will need you to apply, and the application opened in November. Now it will be closed in 2 more weeks. 8th of February, I think it's a Thursday. Please have a look to the time, 18 hours. It's important that you meet this deadline. There is no possibility for us to extend it. So this will be 8th of February, and then we just need to check all applications. You will get to rank the universities that you will like to study your first year at. So we have to look to your documents, to some things, and then we will be able to give you a response, hopefully a letter of acceptance and a letter of scholarship on the 27th of March. So by March, we will be asking you, well, we will be giving you the study offer and asking you to accept it or decline it. You have 4 days there to do so. And well, when it comes to visas, this is important. This what I'm explaining now are the dates for the application period 1. So there will be an application period 2 and 3. So, but we do not recommend non-Europeans to apply there because they might not get the visa on time. So for non-Europeans, please apply in this period. Yeah, so tuition fees. So they depend on whether you are a citizen of a new country or Switzerland, or if you are from a non-European country. Even if you hold an EU residence permit, but not an European passport, you will still have to pay the non-EU tuition fee, actually. These are the fees. And we also have the application fee that shall be paid immediately upon submitting your application. And the registration fee can be paid even within 7 days of accepting your study offer. So, but we will be guiding you through this process. I just want to show you the overall what you will be needing to pay. Yeah, so it's a bank transfer. Maybe I can mention that. The tuition fees are usually paid per semester by bank transfer, and yeah, you will be receiving the invoice from the very beginning, now in spring. But we will guide you through this. So the scholarships, wanted to mention, they are merit-based scholarships. So the different available scholarships that we have, they are allocated according to the ranking that the committee for each program gives to the applicant. So I mentioned to you before, if when we send 27th of March, the letter of acceptance, we also send you the scholarship letter. And the ranking is based on previous study results, so the quality of your previous degree and entrepreneurial potential that it had. And well, we can always be in communication about this. We can give you some sort of feedback also in case you don't get the scholarship. But yeah, there is a limited number of full and half tuition fee waivers for every entry program. So let me show you what you need to be checking for knowing which is the scholarship you will apply to. So when you are, I'm going to actually go forward to the next slide and I'll go back to this one. It's mainly because I want to show you when you are applying, this is the way the portal looks. And you can see there are some boxes or a menu. On the fourth part of the application, you do have the chance to choose a scholarship. So we have the links for the scholarship, so that you can discover if you are eligible for them or not in the website. So here in this slide, you can see two titles. Would like to talk a little bit more about those, because this is separated from the scholarships that I mentioned are merit-based. It's called Deferred Tuition Payment Plan. So it allows the applicant to enroll at the EIT Digital Master School, but start paying the tuition fee only from 6 months after the graduation. So the payment will be spread evenly over a period of 2 years since you graduate. So it is a payment plan that many of our students do get. So you're very welcome to apply. Besides the scholarships that I've mentioned so far, we do have also on the website, you can see it called as additional financing options. So go to the website, have a look to our partner universities, what they offer. You can also access this information in the application portal when you started an application. Yeah, so we're very happy. I am actually sitting here with two more colleagues that are very happy to answer questions in the chat if you need any links or anything. But mainly, what I'm saying is all available on the website. So how do you apply and how do you access it? It's just going to the masterschool.eitdigital.eu. So there is a tab called admissions, and there you will find, well, most important things for you right now. The general admissions criteria and university specific requirements. You will find a complete list of the required documents that you need. Also detail like which applicant need to send their document as hard copies. Depending on the country of a region, we might need to see the document as get it by regular post. And you will also access to the frequently asked questions, which is a very good tool for you. We have summarized all those questions there. You do have as well these video guides, these two very okay. I don't have much more time, but definitely recommended. You will go step by step through the application. Yeah, there is one question here, right?
Yeah, let's see if it works. Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, some feedback. Yeah, there is one question from the chat I would like to raise with Fabrizio. It's a person asking, hello, I have a degree in information technology. Can I apply? And on the website, we have stated that you need a degree in computer science, computer engineering, or information systems. So I was just wondering if, Fabrizio, maybe you could explain a bit more how, what kind of degree you can accept or not.
Yes, thanks for the question. In general, I think also information technology is okay. I mentioned it briefly when I was doing the presentation. We don't actually have a hard, let's say, sort of a hard blocking for non-engineering or non-computer science bachelors. It depends on the courses and on the profile. So what I recommend is information technology should be okay, I mean, in general. But what I recommend to the applicants is to provide a proper description and detail of what they studied during the bachelor, because it depends not on the name, let's say, of the degree, but rather on the contents that they already attended. So in general, the name information technology makes me think that it should be okay, but it depends from country to country. So I mean, I don't feel it will be rejected because of that subject. But please, anyone that is applying, be sure that you put also the details of which courses you attended, which are the marks, and so on. And if you believe, probably you can also add some additional information about the contents. It's not mandatory, but if you feel you might be, let's say, a little bit, let's say, on the boundary in terms of the profile, you can add some additional information, either in the motivation letter or you can provide like the syllabi of the courses, for example.
Great. I would like to, just to summarize my presentation, but thank you very much, Fabrizio, for answering the questions. We will go through questions in a second. Just to mention the video guides and the tools you have for applying. We will also be meeting everyone that has not submitted an application, but started one on the 30th. So if you would like to come to that webinar as well, please write your email address here. Otherwise, if you have not submitted, you will receive the invitation. This is just like extra support that we give for those who have not submitted. We are, as mentioned, the Master School office. So write to us. We are everywhere in the portal, so you can just see our address, and you can as well have a communication with ambassadors, current students and alumni that are working as student ambassadors and can answer to extra info. But thank you for that, and I'll stop there.
Thank you, Adriana. I see a hand raised and some more questions in the chat, but maybe we can share the email address of the Master School office in the chat. And before we get to more questions, I would like to give the floor to Federico so he can share his experience. And then we'll carry on with some more of the questions from the students.
Okay, hi, can you see my screen?
We can, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, hi everybody. I'm Federico, a second year CNI student from the EIT CNI track. And I want to present you the EIT program from a student perspective. So, why should a student choose EIT in the first place? Well, you heard a lot of things today, every kind of information. But most importantly, for us students, you will get to travel a lot in new countries, see new places, learn new cultures, which is a big step in growing, in maturing as a student, and yeah, to know whatever of the place you go to study. You will have the chance to network and to meet not only other students, but also mentors, professors, and companies that work in your field, so they can give you useful suggestions on what to expect, how to move to reach your ambitions. And that is key if you already have in mind what do you want to do after your studies. If you already have an idea for a company or I don't know, for your own side project, you will get it boosted with the help of mentors and other students that are maybe interested in the same things you're thinking. And of course, you will get to participate to events that we saw before. We'll get on that later. And of course, the double degree, which is a really nice touch at the end of all the EIT program. So what about the events? You will have a lot of events, but in general, we have seen the kickoff, so 2 days of business challenges somewhere in Europe, where you will get to know all your friends for the next 2 years. I think I met 3/4 of the people at my kickoff, and I'm still in contact with them mostly on a daily basis. The summer school, which is a very fun 2 weeks, somewhere in Europe also, you get to choose where this time. And this is also a competition, but not too much. I mean, at the end, you will be grown as a team member of a small, let's say, company developing their own solution to a real market case study. And at the end, you will feel like a family with all the members of the summer school. Then, if you want, you can volunteer at the kickoff for the first years of the next iteration of EIT students. For instance, I was in Cluj this year doing the mentor, and it was really really a fun experience to show what I learned and to instruct other people. It was really cool. And then the graduation. I don't have a photo of my graduation yet, but I hopefully will have soon, in which you will gather with other students to say a last goodbye and get your degrees. So what about the CNI program? Is it any good? Yes, it is. I really like it. Most of the classes that I've been attending were really helpful, interesting, and I can see myself using the knowledge I've gained in these courses. And as it was mentioned in the previous presentation, different universities have a common background of courses, but different specialization. Now, this is true, but I recommend you to check also the courses for the first year, because they can differ very much for different universities. and they can kind of specialize on some aspects. So if you're interested in a certain branch of cloud and network infrastructure, you may want to check out also the first year very carefully. So you have already seen the 4 universities and their specialization. My experience was in RAN in the first year and in KTH in the second year. So for instance, in RAN, it was very oriented in distributed and parallel computing. So in the first semester, there were more basic courses, more introductory. And then the second semester was more on the applications, on the state of the art of distributed and parallel computing. Meanwhile, in the exit year at KTH, the specialization is network intelligence. So most of the classes were more about implementing ML to analyze how a network is doing, or to deploy ML in the cloud with certain infrastructure. So it was very interesting for my point of view. And then, of course, there was a course about research methodology and scientific writing, which is very useful to me. These technical classes are accompanied by the INE classes, which go from the first semester till the third, in my case. And they will let you learn the tools that you will need to bootstrap your idea, to evolve it, to pivot the idea that you have into something suitable for a certain market. So let's go to the opportunities that EIT will give you as a student. So for instance, a lot of people are inserted into research team and research engineering task because they ask their coordinator, such as me. Okay, so I found a job just asking my coordinator, and because he knew the program, he knew my curriculum, he could put me in a certain spot. Many friends of mine already found a job and an internship for this second semester for cloud engineering in very big companies such as Ericsson and Nokia. And they just applied normally, and they didn't have any trouble in getting the job, to be honest. Other friends of mine instead successfully started their own startup, and they're now wandering around Europe to conferences to show their ideas. So the opportunities that these programs gives you are basically endless, and you just need to understand where you want to go, and EIT can give you the tools to go there. So I'm very grateful for this program, actually. So thanks. This was all for me from my side. So feel free to contact me privately if you want, if you have any question about student life or anything else. Yeah, now I think it's question time.
Thank you, Federico. Thank you also for making yourself available to answer questions privately later. That's really nice of you. And I think we have a hand raised from Innocent. Would you like to ask a question?
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for the presentation. I believe you can hear me very well, right? You can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
After listening to your presentation, I have 3 questions written down here, which I would like to get clarification on. Okay, the first one is on the tuition fee payment. Is it on payment plan or on a one-time payment? The 15,000 euro, is it on a one-time payment or payment plan? Secondly, while I tried to apply some weeks ago, I was like, let's say a week ago, and I got stuck at the point. The letter of intent, is it supposed to be generic, or I'm supposed to tailor it to a particular program I'm interested in? Then my third question is the progression after the master's program. Like for someone like me, I have intention of having a PhD in the next 3 to 4 years. And this is a master's program. And I believe after a master's program, the next move should be a PhD. Is there a progression after this, after the program with EIT? I'd like to hear that.
Okay, I think all these questions are mostly for the master school office, or maybe Fabrizio, you also have a take on the last one. I think the first one was whether the tuition fee is a one-time payment.
Yes.
Would you like to take that, Adriana?
Yeah, it's the tuition fee is 4 tuition fees that will be needed to pay. They are in each semester, because you will be studying with us 4 semesters. So, but the first tuition fee, I can show you the presentation, but the first tuition fee will be, you will pay a registration fee. So it will be divided, one part of the first tuition fee will be taken for the registration fee. But I can send in the chat the scheme so that you can see it clearly. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, thank you. And the second question was about the letter of intent, whether it should be tailored.
I didn't get the response for the first question clearly. The 15,000 euro that was presented, is it going to be divided in 4 places for the first semesters, or the 15,000 euro is for the first semester? Then I really want to get that angle clear.
Yeah, it was 15,000 per year. So I can show and also send you guys the presentation I gave so that you have it there. It's per year. That is the amount per year. But then you can pay per semester. So you don't have to pay it per year.
Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. I will send if I have many issues, I'll go forward. Okay, the next question, please.
Which was about the letter of intent and whether it should be tailored for each program. In this case, for example, for the cloud and network infrastructures program, or whether it should be generic.
I can answer to that.
Per program, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, it is right. It should be per program. Actually, we read the letters very carefully, because sometimes they can make the difference in getting better ranking or even being selected, because the motivation letter should show that the candidate has a good mindset from the beginning. Let's say we are aware that you will learn, of course, during the degree, but mostly we are interested to see people willing to innovate and already having an open mind. So the more that the letter is tailored to the major, and typically the most, let's say, interesting is the case that they bring, the example of innovation that they propose, the better it is.
Okay, sorry. In addition, okay, what you mean is that the letter of intent shouldn't be generic. It should be generic. Is that your summary?
No, it shouldn't be generic. It should be specific to the program you're applying to.
It should be specific to the program I'm applying for. Now,
Yeah.
The last section of the presentation was talking about your first degree. Now, for someone like me, I did my first degree is electrical electronics engineering. However, I had work experience in network engineering as an IT manager, which is my current position now, and I'm trying to apply for cybersecurity. Does that work in? Will I have to write my letter of intent tailored to cybersecurity, or I'm going to write it openly, generic to everyone, to either courses?
You should still be focused on cybersecurity. I mean, you should say why your profile is suitable to fit in that area.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
If
thank
you
you.
have, yeah, I think we should move on to the next questions. Well, actually, there was a last one, which is a point I don't think we touched upon, but would be interesting, which is the possibilities to progress on to a PhD. I know a lot of our master's students then apply for PhD programs, and maybe Fabrizio or Adriana would like to add a few words on this.
Yes, even though the program is more sort of focused on, let's say, companies and business aspects, we have people that went to the PhD. This is not rare. I mean, we also have industrial PhDs in some places, like in Trento, for example. So this is a sort of a natural possibility. The only thing that I recommend in this case is for students that are interested in going to the academic research, let's say, of PhD, it is important then to tailor the thesis, sort of orienting it already to this kind of curriculum. So, of course, it will be still company-based, but maybe we can do it in such a way that it already kickstarts a good research career. But there is no penalty, let's say. It's the same as other degrees.
Thank you, Fabrizio. Okay, we have 2 more hand raised, and given the time, I think we should take these 2 more questions, 3, I guess, quickly, and then the rest can be answered via email if we don't get to it today. Reza?
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
We can.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I have a question regarding the visa. I am married currently, and I want to ask you if I can bring my spouse with me if I get accepted in your program. Is it possible?
I can start answering, then maybe also Adriana can size in. In Italy, for example, I mean, it depends on the country. What happened in the past, it's not assured because it depends on the government. So in Italy, there is the possibility, if you come alone, the first, I mean, from the beginning, then once you get the visa yourself, you can ask for your family to get a visa for coming to join you. But it's not in our hands. I mean, we can support your visa and tell you how to make the request, but it's a government issue. So in the past, it was done. I cannot tell you percentages, but students that I had in the same situation could join with the family in some months, but they did it. But it's beyond our control because it's at least in Italy, it's completely government based. I don't know if Adriana has some experience on this, so I cannot grant it. It happens.
Yes, exactly. So in the chat, I wrote a link to the contact person that can actually guide you as fast as you get the letter of acceptance on the 27th of March. You will also be contacted by the entry university that you have been selected for, and they have an administrator that will guide you through the visa process, because this varies depending on the regulations of the country. But what we have for experience at the master school is Sweden, and in Sweden you can apply, but your partner will be able to apply after you are accepted. So yeah, it varies depending on the country.
Okay, let's move quickly to the next couple of questions, and then the rest I think we should take by email. So we have Eric and then Hector. Eric first.
All right, thank you. Thank you. My question is two straight. One is it possible for students to get application fee waiver? That's one. Then secondly, during your presentation, I want to ask: is there the course itself. Is this is there any way we can get the per semester credit load as a what? I mean the course you are going to do per semester, and then if you get I don't know if I have to frame it, but just like how flexible it is per semester, the courses that one is going to be working on. That's my question. I don't know if
So
you
the answer to the first question would be no, there are no. Was it application you ask or just tuition? Yeah, application fee waiver.
Application fee.
Yeah.
Yes, application fee waiver.
There are none, zero. So no, there is no way so far to get a fee waiver there. And the second question, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Is it that every time you gain credits for the courses,
no,
or?
okay, no. The second question is your credit load, which is for the semester. How many courses are students required to offer in a particular semester down to the year? If I can, we can get the
every semester they gain 30 credits. So per year it will be 60 credits. But exactly how many courses those credits will be spread, I cannot answer. Depends on the university. But well, I can give you an approximation of 4 to 6 courses is what I have seen in the students' transcripts.
Okay, so then thank you. Then the third one is most of the university in Finland require an proof of English, just a proof of English. But I am from Nigeria. English is our number as our lingua franca, was our primary language over here in Nigeria. So do I still need to show proof of English language?
Yeah, so I have with me the admissions officer. So we do have the list of all the countries on the website. So let me just check specifically for Nigeria. We will check and get back to you in the chat. Maybe we can take the next question from the next person. Yeah, that would be great,
Adriana. Okay, so we have Hector Flores. And I think that's the last question we'll take now during this call. So the next two people that have their hand raised, Akib, Amir, and Kata, please, can you write your questions in the chat or send an email to Master School Office? I will copy paste the email address in the chat again, just because we're running out of time.
Hi.
So
yeah, can you hear me?
We Great. Can.
Yeah, so I have two questions. The first one is about the letter of intention. So in my case, I'm applying to cloud network infrastructure, but I don't really have much knowledge regarding the topic. I mean, I do comply with the requirements. I did a computer science bachelor's degree, but I didn't see really much of regarding cloud network infrastructure. So my question is, I'm not trying to apply the master to expand my knowledge of that, but I don't really have any entrepreneurial ideas to discuss about, because I'm looking actually to learn. My intention is getting to know the subject with this master, so later I can apply to a role in my company. How would is there like the possibility to change the intention, the layer of intention, because I don't really have the knowledge onto discussing an entrepreneurial idea, because I don't know much about the topic?
On this, I can answer you. The idea of the motivation letter is to show that you have, let's say, as I mentioned before, the right profile for us, and you are willing to expose yourself, let's say. I think Federico explained well what it means to be in the program. So maybe you don't need to do, let's say, a business plan or something very complicated, but the idea is to show that you have, let's say, sort of, the holy fire of innovation in this subject. So even if you don't know very well, we don't evaluate them technically, but just to see if a person has already a vision, sort of. So don't feel it to be like a written exam. It's like to give us the impression that you are the right person for the job. Okay, so maybe you can be more. I mean, it's not necessary to do a complete, let's say, business plan or provide an idea, but this is typically appreciated. That is why I strongly encourage you to think a little bit outside the box, even if you have a simplistic idea or something, to see if you can catch, both some technical stuff and some business part. Like, I don't know, I have an idea of a new way for paying parking lots, and I can describe a little bit how I think the cloud will come in the picture, but also how I can make it a business out of that, something like this.
Okay, I do understand. Okay, I do understand.
Thank you, Fabrizio. Thank you all for joining, and thank you very much for your questions. I do still see some hands raised, but we're already 15 minutes over time. So I copy-pasted the address of the Master School office in the chat. Please send any questions that we were not able to answer during this session to the email address masterschool.eitdigital.eu, and we will get back to you. I just wanted to remind you that the first application period is open right now. It's going to close on the 8th of February. So please complete and submit your applications by the 8th of February at 6 p.m. Central European Time, possibly a little sooner. Don't wait until the last minute. And if you're still undecided on which program to apply for, or you have friends who are also interested in EIT digital master programs, but they are still undecided which program to apply for, keep in mind we're organizing these info sessions also for other programs. We have a session on cybersecurity tomorrow, and a session on autonomous systems and intelligent robots on the 25th. We have a page with a summary of all the upcoming info sessions, and I am going to paste it here in the chat so you can keep an eye out for what is coming next. Thank you all very much for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.